All right, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am just popping in here just to, we're not going in our series yet, but I got a special guest I want to bring on. And we are one step closer to having the program and the layout how we want it to. And with that, let me welcome producer Barbie. How are you?
Hi, everyone. Correction, I'm not a guest.
No, we will be having guests, but we
Oh,
have. Okay, yeah, I said we had a special guest today,
yes,
but
I'm
no,
not.
you're right.
I am special, but I'm not a guest. I am part of the
What
show, everyone.
that is so true. So many things that are said and are corrected. I have value next to me so that things don't go off subject too much or get boring. Right? Is that about right, Barbie?
That's absolutely correct. I got to reel him in. Sometimes he goes off in different directions, so I've got to keep him straight and narrow on message.
And that you do. So Barbie is now, as we all know, tell them about where you are, just a short version. We've already talked about it, but fill them in. You got 4,000. You got a couple thousand people there. So go ahead.
I made a transition. I was originally living in Illinois, and I made a transition. I'm now in a sunny, beautiful California, still getting settled, but loving the weather. I mean, I know that we've got politics. There's a lot of, different laws and everything that are here, but the weather for me outweighs the other items. I'm just not a cold weathered person with snow and shoveling and I love sunshine. I believe it's an intricate part of health.
And I can't imagine that there's anybody out there that disagrees with you. But
Yeah.
what was the primary reason that you moved to the location, not only California, but a place in California? What was that thought process?
The thought process was this is just where I belong. And my older son just had his first baby. And
there you go.
I am a proud grandmother now, and I wanted to be close to my granddaughter.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So, have you guys gone out? I know your son and you with his wife went through and did a breakdown like Saturday with sodas and pizza around a table, and you guys went through all the different propositions as well as the people within the that are running. Give me a little hint of how much time did it take? In California, I think had a long one.
Yeah.
But also, after you were done, was it worth the time to do that? And was it best or better that you did it with other people who may know or by yourself? What are your thoughts on that whole thing?
So
don't die on this, Barbie.
No. So what Rod is referring to, my election in California with the ballot is my son and his wife for the election. They wanted.
He's a sheriff.
Yeah, he's a deputy sheriff, correct? But he wanted to do. He called a ballot party or voting party, which was something that I had never.
A watch party one time.
Watch party something, and it was really interesting. I know a lot of people when they go to the polls or they go to vote, they just kind of, if you're a Democrat, they vote down the line. If you're a Republican, they just kind of vote down the line because they want to stay true to their core belief that they're blue or red and vote.
It's a big problem.
Yeah, and without really understanding like who these people are, what they stand for, what their background is, what they're supporting, what it means, what these people.
Let's get back to your story in a second. Let me just jump in and say, hey, because of that is why people are able to become so corrupt in the House or in the Senate, because of what Barbie just said, where they're just voting down one way or the other instead of individual choice. So
Yeah.
you guys studying that document, that ballot,
Mhm.
you went through each line by line, and what did you think? And I think your daughter-in-law came up with something pretty uh, big. It's a bigger word, but it's pretty big. From, oh, I didn't realize that. So
Yeah.
tell the story.
Going through each proposition that's being proposed on the ballot, each candidate that's running, whether they're Democrat or Republican, going
And where's the
through
money coming from?
and where's the money coming from. So some of these great ideas like expanding roads or housing for homeless people. California has a big homeless problem out here. Or
I'm going to jump
education.
off stage.
Um, so going back to where the funds are actually coming from, and a lot of it, which I didn't realize, actually comes back to increasing our taxes, which we're already paying a high amount of taxes, and then
Yeah.
here they want to
Oh,
tax
oh,
more,
yeah.
versus
Especially you out there.
especially as out here, not realizing that the taxes that we're paying, that they're already being dispersed on other things that we didn't vote for. So, just kind of, so it just opened my eyes that, hey, we're already paying taxes for these things that they are proposing. Why are they want to sneak in another proposed tax to pay for something we're already paying taxes on, because they decided to
Yeah.
use our money for other things that we didn't approve. So it was an
Yeah.
enlightening experience.
That's fantastic. We have 150 people on right now, and I don't know, Barbie, if you can see some of the remarks.
I can't. But bottom line is, I encourage everybody, next election, voting, is please do your research on the candidates, where they came from, what they stand for, what they're passionate about, what they want to do, and most importantly, where are the funds coming from, and see if they're proposing additional taxes on money that we're already paying into. And then it comes to the issue that, what do we do about it? Because we're already paying taxes. This is where we need to come together as a group, and we need to stand together and say, hey, you're not
Well,
allocating our money properly.
yeah,
You're
well, think about it.
not
You and I have talked about. I'm sorry, I did not hear the last of what you said. I overspoke you.
I just said that, we together as people, the middle class, we need to find our voice and our strength to uh, to make these politicians use our taxpayer money to what they're intended for. Because if it was, we would live in a much more beautiful world.
Absolutely,
Not just
absolutely.
us. I'm not just talking about the United States. All politicians in every country in the whole world.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Let's try and not try and step on each other here. I apologize. Because the points are amazing. The point being made is so very true. The thing that I'm really finding interesting is that people are starting, like the watch party that you and your family had out there in California. And you look at it, and you brought this up to me before I even realized it. Look at the map, the electoral map from last election to this election. And people, I'll try and get to your questions here in a minute. I'm only one person looking at that, and the screen's a little far away. So please, my apologies. But in the meantime, that electoral map now is almost all red. I mean, there's along the beach, there's some blue there, whereas before it's more scattered around, and a lot more blue before. Now it's a lot more red. As you know, Barbie, I'm an independent. I voted on a split ticket again here this year, and and it's because we need to get in the people that are good, get out the people that are bad, and then go through the process again every electoral cycle.
Right.
And you would agree, right?
Absolutely. And this is just where I'm saying, come on, people, everybody. We need to vote with eyes wide open and not just vote down the line with our blinders on and not understanding what these actually mean and how it's going to affect not only us, but our children and our grandchildren and our future generations. So,
And it's even bigger than ourselves, because you and I are working on Kiki, scheduling her on this show here pretty quick. And Kiki, if you're out there, hello. She's from Sweden. She's an author, and an activist. Like I consider myself an author and a social activist. I don't act like some of the crazies that are out there, but Barbie and I are trying to get this message across time after time. And so Kiki wants to come on because they are having the same exact issues that we go through on a daily basis, meaning border control, meaning excessive taxes, meaning things are getting weird in the school system, meaning the system is breaking down. And so we're going to chat about that. And same thing, we're going to talk about finances through a gentleman, Greg Volanic. Sorry, I screwed that all up. Mike Volanic. Barbie, you should have jumped in and said, it's Mike. Anyway, but those are some of the future things we're going to be talking about. And I started on your case. I was supporting you, and then I kind of went off. So you're going to have to bring us back up to topic there, producer Barbie, please.
Well, I just think that we're now through the election. It is what it is. The people have
Either way
for the U.S. Speaking. So now it's, what are we going to do with it? As people here, this is where we really need to step back into our power, and we need to take control and be more of a voice and band together to make sure that our politicians are actually working for us, for our best interest of us as people and our country, our future of our country, and not just letting them have free reins as they have, trying to dictate and take our country into areas that we have no business being. They need to get back into line.
And we spend $1.6 trillion. You know that number better than I do. The government spends $1.6 trillion. What's that?
5 trillion?
Now the whole point. Anyway, however much the government spends each year is completely wasted. And I mean, I saw a guy, a senator, hold up a bag of bolts. And, I'm in the construction business, long story. And that bag of bolts, he said, cost $90,000. If I take that same amount and I go into Home Depot, it's going to cost me a couple $100, maybe, if they're really good. These things are not made out of gold. So what is it? It's corruption. And the reason people have so much battling in their head about war, the particular wars that are going on right now, is because what we're doing is we're building up the military infrastructure, wealthily wise. So who's pocketing money, on these billion-dollar projects? Who's pocketing the money? And that money is not theirs. I mean, we are the reason our government has any money, right?
Yeah.
Step in. I'm running out of breath. I got to take a drink.
No, absolutely. And a lot of this has just happened with, giving our politicians so much control and not really using our voice and stepping in and, demanding change. So, this is again where we as people, we need to reach out across America, across the world, and just, make our world a better place for everybody. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Rod, so not sure if this is still filming or not. But if it is, there you
Sorry, I was asking if you could hear me because I'm trying to read in some of these. Just pick it back up after we get off. Sorry, my face is blocked, but I'm leaning down, and Michael says this is such a great sneak peek. Looks like everything is on track, and another one, great work. Real estate with Kate. Everything is looking so polished already. November 7th is going to be awesome. I am really excited for the progress, and there's more and more and more, but people are listening. I mean, the time is right now. I got to figure out how to get that out because I do that occasionally, right? You know that, Barbie. The time is right now because I think for the first time, well, we talked about this. The concern is that people are so separated now, so very separated, and my reaction to that is, well, hold on here. The reason I say that is because the media tells us we're so separated all the time. That that blacks won't like this, Hispanics won't like that, whites are bad, period. Especially me. I am a bad man. I mean, to the point now where women are going on withholding sex because Trump was bizarre. Anyway, I went off on a tangent there, Barbie. Can you please talk some intelligence to these people so they don't just think it's me?
Um, I don't know. I don't know how to save you from this at this point, Rod.
Yeah, I know it. The task is very difficult, especially at times.
Yeah, but I just want to say we should probably just wrap it up. We just wanted to come on here and you know check the temperature out there, how everybody's doing, letting everybody know we're still here. We're still working on details of the technicality parts of the show, bringing it together, lining up some speakers, special guests that will be on that will give some valuable information on all aspects of life, from
Also,
spirituality to financial
yep.
to politics. So it's going to be a very well-rounded shows. And if you, our viewers, have any insightful information or things that you'd like to see on the show, please send that in, and we would love to look at that and heck, maybe have you on as a special guest as well. Everyone is
Yeah,
invited.
I would really like also to kind of get, I mean, we got to grow a lot more. We've got 2,400 views, right? Not views, subscribers right now.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to kind of close it by saying just a couple more comments here. Brian says, he must have wrote in earlier than this ending here. He says, the final run through looks so smooth. Ooh, thank you so much. I like that. We've been practicing a lot, and we've gone through different streaming systems, and we've gone through different things. This all started because I have a book that I'm querying about these similar subjects, and thank God for Barbie. She's pushed us. She's pushed me. She's pushed us into being here this day, and we're just a tiny couple of guys, or a guy and a girl. Sorry. Didn't mean to screw up your pronouns there, Barbie. So I just want to say I love you guys so much. I love everybody, and I love the way this is growing, and it's very exciting. We have 462 viewers on right now. Pass it around. Say hi to somebody today. Barbie messed the phone up. Say hi to somebody today. Wave at them if you're not there. Create a good vibe. I'm doing it every day, and I notice a difference, and I feel better. And if somebody was going to do something bad and you said, "Hey, how you doing?" They probably wouldn't do it. But Barbie, what do you got to say as a close? I'm sorry. I'm just pumped up right now.
No, I agree. I mean, the message bottom line with this show is to, as Rod said, spread the love. We want to spread positivity into the world. We are both a firm believer that, the more good vibes, love, acceptance, non-judgmental vibes, energy that we send out.
And curiosity, curiosity. People need to be curious about the other side. Why is abortion how many people really utilize abortion? I know it's a woman's body. It's not my argument, but why is that a single voter thing? Why is that such a big deal? We need to talk about what is what, like you did with Devin. What this is this, and it's being paid for by this, and it's going to cost this much money. And that's the only time I believe that politicians tell us the truth.
Yeah. So until next time, everyone, thank you for taking the time out of your day and joining us.
Yes.
We will be putting more shows with special guests together that will hopefully bring value to your life.
I think next week we'll start with the guests. So there'll be a little bit more complicated thing where I've got to get 3 screens up there. We may have multiple guests. And at some point I want to get a call-in thing where people can actually talk. I'll get better at the texting. Like Barbie said, thank you all so much for being here. We love you all. We want this world to, there's a utopia coming, and we've got to be on track for it. Otherwise, it'll be a utopia for the governments of the world, not for the people of the world. And like Kiki says, what happens here does happen there and throughout Europe. People are very excited around the world that we are changing our direction. With that, love you. Thanks. Insights and Straight Talk with Rod Duff and
producer Barbie.
Love you guys. See ya.